Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today, yes, brought to you by popular demand from the community. Never say that daddy doesn't do anything for you, okay? Because we do. Or maybe just Uncle Tony. That probably sounds more age appropriate now that I think about it. Okay. We're going to be going over the top 25 players that have the most units killed in the game thus far. So let me, as always, preface with a few important points before we just do the big unveil. Number one, the data was collected going through Kingdoms 1 all the way up through, it's probably okay if I show this, where were we at, 110, S250, so 173, right? So from 1 to 173 is where we ended up looking at all the data. I went through the top players, essentially somewhere between 40 and 60-ish on the top power rankings, just because usually the players that have higher power on average, from what I was seeing, had a higher chance of having more units killed, right? Because typically you're probably going to lean more into spenders, being able to probably get higher on the boards in those cases, as is usual, once again, on average. Number two, data was collected on the 3rd of October. So as of recording this today, across, I think we did this about a 3-hour window. So whatever the time is right now in game, we can confirm, right? So it's 20, so somewhere between 17 and 20 UTC. So just remember, right, there could be some slight margin of error there on the fluctuations that you may or may not see depending on the boards. As always, number three, remember that any of the data that you see after this, or once this video comes up, remember, it's probably going to be more points than what it is. Why? Because we're taking a snapshot as I'm going through each. So again, even though I know probably is going to be at least some people that say, oh, well, that's not what their points are now, or this is where their points, I always like just to provide a kind, friendly reminder. Number four, the kills is factored. I actually double-checked with my boy Meower on this, because, and a few others that I wanted to ask just to confirm, because again, I haven't done a lot of fighting myself, so at least thus far, specifically. And so I wanted to clarify on what is actually going into the units killed. And so what we ended up figuring out, or slash what I was informed on from a couple different people, is that one, it is the units that take damage and do not go to the hospital, units that take damage and go to the hospital, and then also unit deaths, right, that you'd be incurring from city rallies and or past rallies. All right. Now, with all of that out of the way, along with, remember, my last part here is that if you guys want to take a look at any of the data here, remember, you can go on the Discord, and once you get on the Discord, you could select the Call of the Dragons reaction, and then go to where it says, I think it's COD Unit Data Stats is what the channel's called, and you can find a link. I'll have this on the public side, the public spreadsheet. This is the master, but we'll have this on the public about 24 hours after the video uploads, so you'll be able to watch it there at that time. All right. Now that everything is out of the way, let's do the big unveil. Here we go. Okay, here we go. That's just a new intro. We're testing a new kind of mid-intro. Let me know what you think. Okay, here's the top 25 players that have the most amount of units killed in the game thus far. Now, we're going to start bottom up, and then I want to point out a couple interesting things here. So, at number 25, we got Maxim at 400 million, or 400.9 million points or units killed from S2-8. Number 24, we have, I always forget that I need to do the translate here. Everyone's like, boss, dude, you need to start stepping your game up. This translate, yo, real quick, this is funny. Maybe I do need to do these in real time. This translates to, this is funny. It translates to 9th grade. Dope name. Just want to point that out. 402 million units killed. S2-13, we got number 23, Polynikes at 403 million units killed points, or units killed from S2-6. Number 22, Psyduck, 408 million units killed, coming from SSS1-32. And then we get number 21, Preyuth, 409 million units killed, S2-7. Number 20, Red Arm, 413 million units killed, S2-14. Number 19, the Demon Tavi. Gotta say it in a deep voice like that, just sounds right. 428 million units killed. S2-12. Number 18, our boy Dozzers from S2-2, 436 million units killed. Number 17, Barry, 445 million units killed. SSS1-20, I got to get that right. Number 16, Sundabul. Let me know pronunciation in comments. Thank you. 448 million units killed. S2-6. Number 15, breaking into top 15, La Homies. La Homies. Sounds like something I would say in Hawaii. 449 million units killed. S2-2. Number 14, Optimus Prime Z, 457 million units killed. S2-8. Number 13, Gardevoir. Gardevoir? I think the first one sounded good. 465 million units killed. SSS1-30. Number 12, Ghost from Old School TA. There, but still in. 480, or maybe it's TM now. I always forget which one, but yeah, we just go off it like that. 480 million units killed. S2-2. Number 11, Charles, 492 million units killed. S2-2. Breaking into the top 10. Number 10, Optimus 4X, or 4 times, 509. Now breaking the 500 million units killed barrier. 509 million, S2-2. Number 9, Perch, or Perche? I'm going to go with Perch. Though I feel like Perche sounds fancy. We'll go with that, Perche. 518 million units killed. 518 million units killed. Let's say that. S2-2. Number 8, Nephisto, 530 million units killed. S2-3. Number 7, Mospurr. I wish I could purr, like roll the R. It's not a skill of mine. 536 million units killed. S2-6. Then we're going to check this name out real quick, right? This is the only other one, I think. So let's see, what did this come out to? This is, this is good. This is good. Oh my gosh. Chicken Thief. Regardless of it, that's what it came out of Google Translate. That's funny. I love it. 600, breaking the 600 million units killed mark. 601 million units killed from S2-2. Now the top Pfizer's. Here we go. Number 5, Daddy William. 621. Don't know why we're going to the Bane accent so often. 621 million units killed. S2-15. Number 4, to the top 4 here, Debon. 651 million units killed. S2-11. And then we got our boy breaking into the top 3. Number 3, Kyle. Right, one of the minions. Also breaking the 700 million units barrier. 705 million units killed. S2-11. And then we got at number 2, Guar Oroju. And I think this is Crazy Bob. Because again, looking at the profile, there was something that was there even though the name changed. And someone had mentioned that might have been. So again, if it's not, just let me know. But I think that's a pretty good guess. 736 million units killed from S2-8. And then we have the number one player that has killed the most amount of units in Call of Dragons so far, comes from an S1 Plus kingdom that is arguably still in its season 2, right? Where the other kingdoms in S2 in S2s, right? A lot of these, that's their season 3. At 807 million units killed, there from SSS1-30, breaking the 800 million units killed barrier. Just wild stuff to me. I want to point out a couple things here that I find very interesting. First, there are 4 players here from the top 22 that still coming from S1 Plus kingdoms, with the highest being SSS1-32, right, which is Psyduck here, who breaks this in. I mean, you have to understand that they are still in their S1 Plus, and the kingdoms that are higher number mean they're not as far along in their S1 Plus season. So to see these numbers just kind of shows you how much PvP is really happening. It's bananas to me. But I imagine is also a testament to how much PvP and how much fighting not only they're doing, but is just potentially happening in their groups / KVKs. So, now, it was interesting because I was talking to Meow before this, and I was telling him, I was saying, hey, I might be doing this when we were chatting about the units killed, and he was telling me that Bob was, from what he had remembered, to be the number 1 current player. And I think when I had checked before, the units killed number was pretty high on him. This was when I checked maybe a month or 2 ago. But to see that, and again, that's the thing that gets me, right, is that the player DACA is from an S1 Plus kingdom compared to those that are basically in their Season 3. So, I mean, it would be. And what's interesting is it would be curious to see what's the state of those groups, and are these players like just fighting all the time as a member of their alliance? Are they just fighting against like their group versus the other group? Is it their union versus the other union? Are they just going out and hitting anyone and everyone? And that's one of the ways they're getting so many points. Is it purely from PvP? Are they doing some merit farming? Right? What is, and that might be another element to maybe add on in the future that I was kind of thinking of. But I digress. Without rambling, so to speak, too much here or getting into fancy soliloquies, we will end it with wanting to know, question to you, what do you think about units killed? Do you love seeing this now that I have succumbed to the community pressure? Along with some things you might be looking forward to is I'm going to do one on units dead. I'm going to do one on units healed, right? So just kind of give you an example here. So if we just go into one, and I'll just take a look at one. So we did units killed. I'm going to do units dead. I'm going to do units healed. And then I'm probably going to do RSS assistance. Where is it? Total resource. Wait, where did I miss it? Somewhere am I blind? Total resource. Yeah, here we go. So total resource assistance given. Like how much RSS have you given to people? Now, the interesting part for me on doing that is because to me it would almost show like which players, because I mean you think about like which players are, because if you're giving a lot of RSS assistance as a top player, that means you're spending a lot on the game to then give resources to a lot of other people consistently, along with if you pay attention to the number of times. So I may do those. And then I was also thinking about Alliance helps given. You guys will have to let me know on that one. The reason I'm thinking about Alliance helps given is because my assumption is that's a total number. So the one here on the profile will not reset based on the one. And again, I don't even know if the one that resets when you join an Alliance. I mean, I guess I would imagine because you have to kind of start from zero. But regardless, I'm thinking about doing helps given. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about those, along with what you think about those that made the top 25 for our inaugural most units killed list this time around. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.